All right. What do you say? We can probably go ahead and get started here. So,
Sure.
all right. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I'm Kyle Yunkin. I'm our Director of Customer Success here at Gallus Golf. With me, as always, partner in crime, Matt Caden, our Senior Customer Success Manager on our team. This is episode 7 of our Pro Tips webinar series. We're doing this on targeted offers. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. So before we really get rolling, I want to remind you all of what the Pro Tips webinar series is all about. Now, the idea is we're doing these in 30 minutes or less segments so that they're easy for you to watch. You can get through them really quickly. We're just going kind of like a deep dive into one specific section of the app to get you a really good idea of that. And if you really want to learn more about kind of the nuts and bolts of that specific app section, we're linking up a knowledge base article in the chat box so that you can go and learn how do I set up a targeted offer and all of that stuff. This is really just designed to inspire you, show you some of the uses of the app that maybe you hadn't thought about yet. And we always share these recordings the same day. We share them all over the place on LinkedIn, through email, on our website, and other social media spots too. So keep an eye out for that. So I want to remind you all, what's our goal here? Why do you have a mobile app? The ultimate goal really is to get users to download your app so that you have a bigger audience to send messages to. There are other things that I'm sure you have as goals as well. I mean, things like enhancing the experience when people show up at your facility and things like that. But you really always need to keep in mind that you're trying to use this app to increase the revenue at your facility. So everything that you do needs to be very intentional towards that goal. With that being said, let's talk about today's agenda. So we're going to be talking about targeted offers, like I mentioned. First, we're going to go into some background on what is the offer locker, what's that all about, all that good stuff. We're going to talk then about unique ideas, just to give you an idea of what specifically makes targeted offers unique and what makes them interesting and something that you might be able to use at your facility. Then we're going to go more in depth on kind of the nuts and bolts of how do you set one up. We're going to talk about the importance of email addresses, how you can upload them in the dashboard, and also how you can use a spreadsheet upload to really streamline your workflow and make it nice and quick to set up these targeted offers. And then at the end, we're going to do a Q&A section. So if you have a question that comes up during the webinar, please feel free to enter it into that Q&A box that's at the top left of your screen, and we'll get to it. We'll talk about it at the end. All right, let's get rolling here. So first, let's talk about some background. What's Offer Locker? What's that all about? Offer Locker is designed to be a series of single-use offers that are redeemable in each user's app. So you create an offer, think of it almost like a coupon booklet, if you will. The user can go into their app, they can check what's available, and if they're ready to use it, they can redeem it on their device and show a confirmation page to your staff member. The staff member does have the ability to look on that confirmation page and see a timestamp of the exact moment the user redeemed that offer so that you can verify that it's a legit redemption and all that good stuff. You can create as many of these or as few of these as you'd like. It's included in every single app that we do, so it's not like we're trying to upsell you on anything here. Contactless redemption, as I mentioned before, the user just hits that redeem now button at the bottom. We ask them a series of questions of are you standing in front of a staff member, whether to use this right now and all that good stuff, and then they show the confirmation page. You never need to touch their device at all. To enter the offer locker, users need to provide their name and their email address. We do this, for a couple of reasons. Obviously, one, so that you can get their information and you can use it how you will. But two, we also use it to identify them in our back-end reporting so that you can see all of that good stuff. So when you create, excuse me, when you create an offer, there are a few main elements that you need to think about. Number one, you want to think about your audience. So audience is all about like, who is this offer going to show up for? So that's kind of what we're talking about mostly on this webinar specifically. So you can either do it to a broadcast audience, which means that it goes to everyone that has the app downloaded to their device, or you can do it to a specifically targeted audience, which is a subset of your app users that you're identifying for us to show the offer to. The next thing you're going to think about is, what do you want your title to be? Which in this case, on the left, it is buy 3 lessons and get the 4th free is your title. The description is the smaller text below the photo, where you can put like any disclaimers in. A lot of people do like free bucket of range balls or things of that nature. And in that case, you want to identify like what size of range balls, what days can you use it on, and things of that nature. You can also upload an image. It can be either a JPEG or a PNG. Think about a date range, which controls when does the offer first show up and last show up to the users in their app. So this is a way for you to come in at the beginning of the year, schedule all of these out, and then you don't have to come back in and be thinking about adding any more, unless you think of some more ideas that you want to put into your app as well. You can also make one an onboarding offer. This is meant only for broadcast offers, so for basically anyone that has the app downloaded. Onboarding means that when the user opens the app up for the first time, we ask them a series of settings questions so that they can get familiar with the app and its different features and all that. We found that it's really nice and it's really efficient to ask them right up front for their name and their email to join the offer locker. So you can create one offer to be an onboarding offer at a time. Users can come in, they can enter their name and their email, and then it acts as sort of an introduction to the offer locker. We found that people are much more likely to join the offer locker if you have one of those set up. Lastly, you can choose to notify anyone that the offer is going to be available to, that they have a new offer that's in their app. I mean, I always think about like the Chick-fil-A app. Every time that I get a new offer that's available in theirs, they're always sending a push notification to me to let me know, because I'm not going to just go into their app organically, unless of course I'm sitting in line in the drive-through exactly. to check out what offers that I have. So a lot of times I see it and I go, oh, wow, you know, it actually just happened this week. They gave me like a free like brownie or something like that. And I looked at it and I was like, you know what? We should go to Chick-fil-A today. So perfect example.
Good marketing.
Yeah, that's something that you should try to emulate in your own app for sure.
Free brownies for sure. Yes.
Free brownies are always a winner.
Always a winner. Yeah, me too.
Okay, so now that we've talked about offers in general, let's get more specific. Let's get more targeted, if you will. Let's talk about some unique ideas for targeted offers. So just to get your mind thinking about this, the wheels turning, if you will. Number one, say you're a private club or even a semi-private, and you have a group of members and you just want to create an offer for them. You can set up an offer that will only display in their apps. And it can be whatever you want, whether it be a free drink at the bar, maybe it's a percentage off of purchase in the pro shop or something of that nature. Or even we've seen private clubs do like member guest passes in there and things like that too. Works really well for that. Also, rain checks. So gone are the days where you take one of your business cards and flip them over and you write on the back that they have a rain check until this day. You can just go into the back end of your Gallus app, you set up a rain check offer, and then you can actually add people's email addresses into that offer after the fact too, so that people, as people are kind of like walking into your pro shop, you go in and you just enter it in instead of handing them some sort of a piece of paper that they're inevitably going to lose. So that's another one that we see a lot. Tournament bounce back offers. So a lot of you have outside events, and hopefully this is going to start ticking up here as the year progresses as well. But you want to get them back. I mean, you get them on your facility for one day, but you want to convert them into more of a consistent customer. So you want to be thinking about, because these targeted offers, the way that we're targeting them is by the email that they enter in when they join the offer locker. So you're providing us a list, basically. So you want to think about, like, when am I going to get those email addresses from these people that are coming to my facility for a tournament? We found with a lot of the courses that we work with, the best time to do this is at the registration table, because people walk up, they're already in that mood where they're like giving you information. Just have another sheet that says, hey, if you want to get $5 off your next round at our club, just put your email right here. So that works on a number of different levels. Obviously, you get to put them on your email list and all that good stuff, but you also get to put them in a targeted offer and set that up as well. The last one I want to kind of mention here is birthday clubs. So a lot of you have some sort of a form that's on your website where people can maybe sign up for an email list or something like that. Kind of the same concept here. You can go into something as easy as like Google Forms, which is totally free. You can set up a form where people can go in and they can enter their name, their email, what's their birthday, and any other information that you want to collect. And you can put that on the home screen of your app so that people can join it. That will give you a spreadsheet that has everybody's information that they answered within there. And you can every month just go in and create a targeted offer just for the birthdays that are that month. And then it will only appear in their apps. So this is, again, we're moving from just doing something that's very generic, like you're making a broadcast offer that's available to everyone, and you're kind of personalizing the experience for people so that they're having a more unique experience to them when they get to your facility. So these are just a couple of ideas to kind of get you thinking about it, but I'm sure you guys are going to come up with some better ideas than Matt and I ever could.
Exactly.
So
yes. Exactly.
We're looking forward to seeing that for sure.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's some background on everything. I'm going to turn it over to Matt. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the nuts and bolts of setting up these targeted offers.
Perfect. Thanks, Kyle. Yes. So now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. After we've given you some ideas on how to make things feel special for your golfers, this is now how to actually do it. So we're not going to get super detailed here, but we are going to give you some tips and tricks, the most common questions and issues people have when setting up these offers. And then once we do that, if you have more questions, I put in the Q&A section the knowledge base article about offers, and it has the targeted offer option in there as well. Plus, you can always book a time with either Kyle or myself to go through this in more detail if you want us to walk you through it via like a Zoom chat or something like that as well. So a lot of times I know people really like when you share your screen with us and we just help you walk through it the first time. Once you get kind of used to it, it's very simple and easy to do. So we're going to jump right into basically the main thing that you want to do for this targeted. We're assuming that you know how to get to the offer locker in your dashboard and how to create a new offer. At the very top of create a new offer, if you don't know how to do it, again, reference the knowledge base article, how to get there. But once you do create an offer, the very first thing it asks you is it says broadcast or targeted. And most people don't know if you tab and click on the targeted in that arrow at the very top there, it will pull up now a import email address screen where now you can type in, there's two different options. You can manually type in all the emails. This is the slowest and worst way if you have a lot of emails. But if you only have a few, this is great. Or if you're just setting it up like Kyle had mentioned before, like you don't have all their emails in yet, but you're going to put them in after the fact once you receive them from maybe that tournament registration once they show up. Or once you've set up that birthday list, once you get all the people's information, you can add them later. Same thing, you go into edit that offer later, and you go into the same screen, and it says add emails, and it's going to look the same. It's going to have the same screen where you can type them in, just like this. So what you're going to do when you manually type them in is you manually type it in, but you do have to either hit space or enter or return on your keyboard to make sure there's a circle around each email with the little X next to it where you can basically delete it if you want to. If that doesn't have that around it, it will not work, and it'll give you an error at the bottom of the page when you try to hit create when you're done. So make sure that there is that little circle with the X around it. Again, you can hit as long as you're not putting a comma between the email addresses or anything else. You have to either usually hit enter is the easiest, or a space between with the space bar. And one thing that we will note is if you try to copy and paste multiple email addresses, all from like an email list or from a database that you have, and you just hit copy and paste, it will not work because it'll think it's all one email. And it'll put a box around all of it as one. So it doesn't work. That's why we have the second option, which is Spreadsheet Upload. So if you're going to have more than a few emails to upload, you can do up to 2,500 per offer. So if you have more than that you want to target, if you do, then you probably should just do a broadcast anyway. But if you don't, if you do have more than 2,500, you just have to create more than one offer, and then basically you can copy the offer very easily using the copy feature, and just use the first 2,500 and anybody else after that in the second one. So Spreadsheet Upload is very simple. You basically just have to have any XLS or CSV format, which we're going to show you as you design and set up the spreadsheet. Kyle's going to go to the next slide to show you what it looks like. Literally any Excel or CSV file, all it has to do is have one header, one column that has email at the very top, and it'll find all the emails below that in that column. It does have to be named very specifically email, the way it's spelled, capital E with MAIL with no spaces or dashes. That's the only way it will find it. So if you already have, in your POS, I'm sure there's a way to export all the emails you currently have, or maybe in your database for where you send out emails already anyway, whether you use Constant Contact or another form of email sending, you can export in any form. Typically, CSV file works really well because it's really basic. If the email is spelled differently, all you have to do is go in and change the header to this format and hit save, and that's it. Then you can upload that email list directly into the offer locker, and it does it for you and does it very quickly. So you can have all of that there. This is great, like Kyle had mentioned, for like member offers that are going to be specific for members, or maybe for a league. Maybe you have a Tuesday men's league or a Wednesday women's league that you want to send them a specific offer once a month or every so often for, thanks for being in the league. Here's a free drink at the end of your round. You can have these saved, on your computer and just upload them as you need them. Because that is one thing also, that there is no place to save a list, even when you copy an old offer that you already have that has emails in it. It does not copy the emails. It just copies the setup and the format of the offer itself. So you have to keep lists that you're going to use separately on your own computer. This is just for your own sake, to make sure that you have an easy way to upload them again if you need them later. So we actually have, Kyle has set up a email template that we can use. Basically, what I pulled here in this screenshot is literally from your own app. You can go into the stats and rounds and export all your emails. Or what we've done here is we can even share this with you guys if we want to. This is literally just all it has to be. It can be any Excel, this is a Google sheet, anything that has this. It can have as much information as you want. So it can have names, phone numbers, shirt sizes. It can be the registration form that maybe you got back from an outside vendor that's having a tournament at your facility, and it has all these other things like what lunch they're going to have and all these other things. But as long as it has email and it's spelled that way, it'll find it, and you don't have to delete any of that. You can upload it as is. So it's really nice that you don't have to go create a new form or do something else. You can literally just have use the existing one that you already have, as long as email spelled correctly. If you get an error when uploading it, just try to go back and again change the heading, and it should work very easily after the fact. So this is going to be the easiest way, again, more than one email to be able to upload as much as you can. And then after the fact, the same thing. Once you've already uploaded it, as long as you haven't hit that 2,500 email limit, you can go back in and add one at a time, or upload a whole new spreadsheet and add as many new emails as you want. So this is really great. After that tournament, maybe you got a whole list. There's 100 people on that list, and you have it, you enter it into your own database. Now you can export it and then just upload it and send them that bounce back offer to hopefully get them to come back and play again. So this is a really great way to do that. Another kind of way that I've seen this work really well, especially at events or virtually as well, whether it's like throughout the whole month, is you can use this as a sort of raffle because now that it is contactless, you don't have to touch anybody's screen. You can basically send an offer to just the specific people that are at this event currently and have them sign up for the offer locker right there during the event and say that anybody that redeems the offer that we only sent to the people here at this event, if you signed up and redeem that offer, we will pick a winner from that list that you can check out in the dashboard. Once you open and edit that offer, you can see who's redeemed it, and you can pick a winner right there. Like you can pick a random winner, you can put all those emails in a generator and do it that way. And you can do it throughout a whole month. We've seen some clubs that do a giveaway of either a free round of golf, a free $100 gift card to the pro shop for anybody that redeems a specific offer and then redeems it throughout the month, and they pick a winner every month. So there's a lot of cool ways to use the offer locker for targeted ways, like in a raffle format as well, to kind of help you with another ideas in that sense. So that is basically it. I mean, it's a very simple way to upload all of these emails in there. Now we're kind of going to just jump into any Q&A. Anybody has any questions?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yeah, I mean, just to chip on to what Matt was saying, I mean, just think of this as another option that you guys have available in your app. The kind of entry level thing is creating broadcast offers, and that definitely works when you're trying to get people to download it, download the app for the first time. But then the question becomes, okay, so now they have the app downloaded. So how are you going to use the app to be a little more interactive, be a little more fun, and also keep them coming back for more? So this is just kind of like another step that you can take, you can experiment with to see if maybe it works for your facility. Maybe you can use it to enhance the experience a little bit. It looks like Kevin asked a question in here. We've got, is there any limitation to the amount of offers in the offer locker? We did already say that, Kevin. No,
you were a little late, Kevin. It's okay. Don't worry. But
that's okay. We forgive you. There is no limit. You can do as many offers as you'd like in your offer locker, and you can schedule them out if you like for as far in advance.
Yeah, what's really nice is you can set up multiple offers. Like a lot of clubs like to have the same offers every month, but have them expire at the end of the month to get people to encourage them to use them up. If you have an offer that's good forever, a lot of people they kind of forget about it. But if you put an expiration date of, say, from May 1st to May 31st, and it's a free bucket of balls, they might go in like the end of the month, be like, oh man, I have that free, I should go use that now. And it gets them to come in and shoot some balls, maybe do some other stuff at your club. Whereas then if you can set up that same offer, some clubs like to do the same 2 or 3, like free bucket of balls, 10% off in the pro shop, and maybe a free appetizer with an entree at your food and beverage location. You can have those 3 same ones set reoccurring so that they're good the first of every month and they expire at the end of every month. And you can literally set up in 30 seconds. I can show you that you create one offer, you copy that offer month to month, and just change the dates on when it's visible. And you can set that up for, do 6 months during the summer. You can do, your busy months. You can do all year, all very quickly, and set them to broadcast. They're only going to show up when people get them. And then you can then auto set up ahead of time push notifications to be sent out for those people or for everybody that if it's a broadcast offer to be scheduled out, months in advance as well. So on the first of every month, everybody that got that offer is going to get a push notification saying, hey, you have new offers. Just like Kyle was saying about the Chick-fil-A, you have new offers in your offer locker, check them out. And at the end of the month, schedule one that says maybe the week before the end of the month, hey, you have some expiring offers. Don't forget to use them up. And then, that way everybody gets reminded to use them before the end of the month, gets people to come in. And then it kind of trains your people too to get kind of used to using the offer locker. And the more they're using it, the better it's going to be when you do have an offer. Say you want to get rid of a bunch of Pro V1s you have in stock that you're trying to get rid of. You can send out a specific offer just for that one item. And people that are already used to using it, already have other offers they've redeemed, or be more willing to see it and then come and redeem it because they're used to it already. So the more you use it, the more people get used to it, and just it's the snowball effect, and it's just a lot easier for your staff.
And when they're deciding on which facility they're going to go to,
Absolutely.
Which one are they more likely to go to? The one that doesn't have any offers at all, or the one that's constantly updating their app's offer locker.
Yeah,
So,
getting them free stuff, or just even making them feel special by giving them a, even if it's something really small, like a free bottle of water when they show up. I mean, anything to make you feel important will sway you from all the competition around you, for sure.
Kevin also asked, any anecdotal or scientific evidence as to the types of most successful offers tried by your clients?
The more that you're giving away for free, the better. So if it's a free round of golf, it's going to be better than a free bucket of balls at the range. But
no.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I will say that a lot of our courses start off with golf specific offers just because that's what they think people are looking for. And yes, that does get people in. But once you get people in, you want to start pushing them to other parts of your facility. So maybe you have a restaurant, maybe you are trying to get your lessons going a little more this year, or even you're just trying to get people to walk into the pro shop and buy a hat or something. Those are the ones that add the most value, and that people actually, we've noticed that people are pretty engaged with those ones. We can share in the coming weeks with you guys some
more
cool data on that. So we're not just talking in generalities there.
I would say, Kevin, that yes, like Kyle was saying, like the more broad you are, like not having the same things over and over, like that's why it's good to have like, something from the pro shop, something, maybe a food and beverage thing, and maybe something from some other part of your club that you're trying to promote. It's good to have that, because then you'll hit more people that are maybe more interested. You're not going to be stuck with just one. I will say that I've seen as an onboarding offer, we mentioned how important it is because it prompts them to put in their info right away. I've done some research digging into numbers of our apps. Clubs that have any onboarding offer, no matter how good or bad it is, they consistently have between 60 and 70% of their users enter an email address, at any point while using their app. Whereas clubs that do not have any onboarding offer, that they have to like organically click on the offer locker and sign up for it, they're people that enter their email addresses into their app is usually under 25%. Usually it's like 18 to 22% is the average. So you're talking a huge difference in just getting people to do it. But the offers I've seen that work the best, that have the highest percentage of people signing up to be part of the offer locker, is free beer. Honestly, like even if it's a buy one, get one, like, hey, come in, buy your buddy a beer on us, like maybe you lost a bet to him and you have to buy him a beer at the end of the round. It's on us. Like if you buy a beer, we'll give you an extra beer for your, buy one, get one, or a buy one, get one appetizer, meal thing. It seems to work really well because it gets you to come in after a long round. Again, it's something that you're already playing golf, but this is maybe now incentive to get you to come in and maybe go to the restaurant that you've never gone to before. So, but free beer definitely is one of the best ones I've ever seen. I saw like 95% of people because they had a free beer offer when they downloaded the app. So,
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so with all that being said, kind of coming to the end of our time together. If you want to learn more, Matt did link a article for you so that you can check that out in our knowledge base. And as Matt also mentioned, we're happy to do a call with you one-on-one and take a look at your actual app, talk about your goals and what you want your app to be doing for you. So there is a link in the chat so that you can go and just take a look at our calendars, book a time that works best for you. We can get that going. And again, I mean, as always, if you have any questions, whatever way you want to find the answer to it, we're trying to provide it to you. So you can go online and you can look at our knowledge base at support.gallusgolf.com. Shoot us an email, support@gallusgolf.com. You can give us a call at that phone number that you're seeing on your screen. Or even when you get into your dashboard, you'll notice that there's a chat box at the bottom left of every single window. So you can do that. And once this webinar ends, you're going to get to a page that has all of our previous pro tips webinars. And next week is going to be, well, 2 weeks from now. I always say next week. 2 weeks from now, is going to be all about push notifications and some of the most creative examples that we've seen to use push notifications, not just to a broadcast audience, but once again, you can target them so that you can
Absolutely
list. So we're going to talk about that. And we've got some exciting stuff that we're planning for you in the future too for some of these webinars. So thanks again, as always, for attending. We love talking to you guys. So please do reach out if you have any questions, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody.